tearing out pieces of me to replace the broken pieces of you. Tearing out. Hello, wealthy family. Welcome to today's Mindset Monday, take 7. I'm not, no shit. I've tried to record this video 7 times. The camera dies. I was outside initially because the lighting was better. And then the mosquitoes was eating me up. I'm trying to swat the mosquitoes, knock the camera over. The card got full. The baby kept waking up. So we're going to try to get through this, okay? Sorry that the scenery in the back you can't see much, but I'm trying to make my face not be so freaking dark. But anyway, today we are going to talk about therapy. And yes, there's many different types of therapy, but we're going to talk about mental therapy, talk therapy, because today is Mindset Monday, right? So when you look at the roots of the word therapy, where it is derived from, it's derived from a Greek word, which means to cure or to heal. All right. Keep in mind that the English language is not an original language. Like, it's such a hybrid, it's such a convolution, a mix up of all different types of languages coming from many different places. So sometimes that's why people will change up the way how they put their words together in English, because literally some of our words are casting spells on us. It's keeping us lulled. It's keeping you asleep. It has certain connotations to it, which means vibrations. Like, you can say certain things and it instantly gives you an image or makes you feel a type of way. So when people become a little bit more aware of language, you may see them kind of change their the way how they speak. Like, I say good morning, but usually when I say it, I try to make sure it's a high vibration, right? Because a lot of people will be like, oh, what's so good about this morning? Right? Exactly. Morning, anger, right? So the word therapy, when you hear it, most people think instantly softness, weakness. You don't need that. It doesn't help. They feel that way, or you're so vulnerable, you're so soft, but that's really what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to make you softer. Therapy or healing or curing is supposed to bring you a little bit more relief, allow you to feel a little bit more whole, which makes you not feel as hardened. Okay, but a lot of therapists have given a bad rap to the name, because instead of healing and curing, they're going textbook. So they're doing what they've learned in school. They're going based off what the textbook says, and they're not connecting. They're not being empathetic. All right. So that's why I wanted to offer the services that I offer through my emotional release and my in-depth mental healing sessions. Is basically therapy. I don't use cards. I do still connect with your spirit team, but it's therapy because there's a lot of things that have been built up inside of us as a collective community. Okay, melanated people especially, but as a collective community, there's a lot of heaviness on us. I don't want to say darkness. It's just a lot of heaviness, a lot of weight in ways of depression, anxiety, uncertainty, trauma, abuse. And the community that has suffered it the most in the most recent time is the melanated community. Now, we were not always that way, but a lot of our elders and ancestors suffered a lot of trauma and injustices, and they were spoon-fed a lot of BS. They were spoon-fed a lot of BS in school or in the church or through their other parents or through the masters that they were up underneath. So you have to understand that they were never given a safe space, right? A therapeutic space to let go some of their anguish. So when they hear the new generation coming up, or hey, I want to talk about my feelings, they're like, we don't got time to talk about your feelings. Nobody got time to talk about that. You better suck it up. Okay? Talking about your feelings isn't going to get you anywhere. And it's coming from a space of love for them, even though it sounds ignorant and berating and harsh. But it is coming from a space of love because that's their perspective. That's what they've gone through. But therapy is just a release. It's like a valve, like a tea kettle, right? When you see the tea kettle boiling, building up all this pressure, building up all this momentum, until the point where it starts to whistle because the water has gotten so hot. Okay, that whistle is a valve to help release some of that steam. Our community has so much steam, and we have to release it in some way. If we're not using healing sessions, therapeutic sessions, we're going to have to release it in some other way, right? And some people release it through drugs, through sex, through alcoholism, through violence, or some take up sports to release it at, release it in that physical manner. They may volunteer, right? There's many different outlets, but until they get to the root cause of what is making them feel or the way they feel, why their thoughts are forming in the way how they form, they are going to continuously experience the detriment or their demise. So, when you utilize therapy, in order for it to be effective, you need to make sure that you're in a safe space. You're communicating with someone that is going to be make you feel safe, that is going to be empathetic, and that is going to give you solutions. I have people that have utilized my mental healing sessions and have said for years they wanted to talk to somebody. People have told them, hey, you need to talk to someone, and they didn't know where to go. My energy called to them, and things that they were struggling with for years, I gave them reasonable solutions to help them propel forward. They have seen change, they've applied the information. Okay, they came to me for help and assistance, which there's nothing wrong with that. They applied the information that I gave them, and they saw practical change in their life. And some people have come to me, they come to me still once a month, some once every couple months, right? I have someone that I see twice a year, right? Their birthday, 6 months after, then their birthday. Like, it's been that way for the past 3 years or so. And I'm like, okay, I love it, right? Whatever it is that you need to do to help yourself grow, because that's what this whole experience is for. This whole experience on this planet is for you to become a better version of yourself, not the best version of the parent self, right? So for me, my goal here is not to be the best version of mommy Chanel, or even sister Chanel, or daughter Chanel, or wife Chanel. No, the purpose of me being here is to be the best version of me. And when I am the best version of me, wholly, completely, and spiritually, then all those other titles that I have, they're going to fall in line. They're going to fall in sync, because it's just an extension of me. Okay? I can't be a good mom if I don't love myself. Or if there's something that happened to me when I was a child that I was told we don't talk about. Or someone, I did talk about it and to someone who I felt I could trust, and they dismissed it. They shut it down. And now I've been lingering with that my whole life, and now I feel that I can't speak to anyone about anything. So now I'm walking around as a hurt adult, feeling and thinking that no one listens to me, that no one values me, that there is no purpose in me sharing my voice and saying anything, and it's making me grumpier and grumpier every day, and that steam is just boiling up, boiling up, boiling up, boiling up. Okay? So there is nothing wrong with talking about childhood or talking about the hurt you had as a parent. Don't have someone tell you that you should brush that off. No, you need to heal that in a therapeutic manner, so you can uproot those feelings that you have, so you don't keep experiencing them, so you don't keep just trimming them down, right? There's a weed that we have in a certain section of our yard, and if you just cut it with the lawnmower or with the edger, it springs back up the next rain that we have, right? We can have the grass cut beautifully and freaking rain, and the next day that weed is up like it's never done. You always have to go down and dig it by the roots and pull it up, right? And it has long roots. Pull it up. That doesn't mean that it doesn't spring up every now and again, because that space is just susceptible for that thing, right? But once you pull it up from the roots, it will never grow in that same manner again until that space is now weed free. It's the same with your mentality, with your brain. You pull up the roots, you deal with it, you heal it. Now, if it springs up again, it will be in a different form, but you'll know how to handle it. You'll know how to get to it. That doesn't make you soft. That doesn't make you weak. It makes you a little vulnerable, But it's supposed to be, you're supposed to be vulnerable. Okay? That's what shadow work is. Even when you are working um, through your mental therapy with yourself, that is shadow work because you're digging into the deep, dark, nitty gritty parts of yourself that you never really wanted to face. But because you want to be a better person, you don't mind going into those deep, dark places, okay? Because you want to get to the root of the cause. Now, when you go through therapy, it's supposed to make your life a little bit softer. There's nothing wrong with that. I know that's something that's trending lately, talking about soft life. There's nothing wrong with having a soft life. I very much look forward to having a soft life. Before it was even trending, I knew that's what I wanted. I knew that I wanted a man in my life who was going to be an excellent father, who was going to be a strong male role model for my children, who was going to take care of me and worship me as the goddess that I am, that would give me the options that I wanted, whether it was to work or not work, or shop all day, or read all day, or whatever the case may be. I knew what I wanted in a partner, in a man. But in order for me to attract that or bring that in, I needed to work on me as a woman. I had to be that person that could receive those things or feel worthy of those things and not sabotage it, not self sabotage it. Because I have a part of me that's unhealed that says, no, you got to work a 9 to 5. You got to be miserable. You got to come home and not look at your children and love them every day. Right? So I don't mind having a soft life. That is how I would like my life to be all the time. And there's no shame in that. I don't know where along the way, well, I do know, but along the way it was, you were told that that's not the way it should be, and that's not accurate. Okay? So allow yourself, if you see the need arise, not statistics say that 95% of the population has gone through some type of traumatic experience that they need therapy for. Okay? So yes, we're being bombarded with anxiety and depression and uncertainty and all these different things from other avenues. But personally, you have probably gone through something where you need to speak to someone. Find that space, whether it's someone that you pay professionally to listen to you, or you have someone that's like, hey, I'm here as a listening ear, and they can take it, just take the dump. Go do it. Go dump on them. Go word vomit on them. Go tell them everything you need to tell them. Go get it all off your chest. Okay? There's some people out here that can just take all of that, transmute it, and let it go. That's part of their gifts. All right? Don't feel bad for helping yourself get better. All right? Listen to the clues. Listen to your heart song, and do not dispel it because of some preconceived connotation. Brainwash yourself from those thought processes and wrap your head around a new paradigm of things, because we're in the quickening. And if you are trying to move forward with all this heavy weight on you, you're going to be too slow. You're going to be too slow. You're going to get left behind. Okay? So it's time to dump some of that weight off of you. All right, wealthy family, that's all that I have for you today. I love and I appreciate you all. I hope you all continue to be great and amazing. And until we connect again, stay alert, stay aware, and live in love.